Hello guys, and welcome back to Neve Doesn't Do YouTube anymore, but it's 2025, doing it. Well, trying anyway. That, what you are looking at, is actually my 350. So we are in Japan at the moment, where I live and work now, and it's very cold. You can see there's a solid amount of snow on the ground. I've just got to Ebisu, and it's not snowing right now, but because I turned up, it also just started snowing, so it might start snowing. But yeah, a lot of things have happened. This is my 350Z. I'm working for Sideways Experience. I think I've talked about that already, but I'm a drift instructor here, and it's a good time. And we drive 350s a lot, so I ended up selling the S14. Breaks my heart, and I'll definitely be buying another S chassis because they are the love of my life. But now we have a beautiful 350. I've driven it twice so far, once in the dry, once in the wet. It went really good. Got a GK Tech lower arm and adapt kit in the front, and then just coilovers all around. Doesn't have true coilovers in the rear. I don't have any arms for the rear, so they've got a fair amount of camber still. 18's on the back at the moment, 17's on the front, and honestly not much else is done to it. It's got GK Tech hydro, dual caliper hydro setup, seats, harnesses, cage, you know, the standard procedure. But yeah, it's nothing super exciting. It's basically completely factory other than that. So, and obviously this terrible dent, which is not from me, it was actually from the previous owner. I bought it like that, so it was cheap, which is always a win. But rolling it back to, I've only driven this thing twice. When I originally bought it, I thought it had already been drifted, so I assumed that it would have a lock diff in it, and I assumed wrong. It does not have a lock diff in it. It has a factory LSD, so when I was driving, it had a habit of opening and locking and unlocking as I was driving, and it made for some pretty hazardous laps. So I'm going to pull the diff out today, hopefully not in the snow, but maybe in a little bit of snow, and yeah, fix that. And please mind my it's fucking freezing winter outfit, feet my Crocs. Wow! Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it has a straight pipe. That won't be staying forever, but I just really wanted to drift on Christmas Day, and it was what I had, so there we go. It's loud. Started well though. Good car. Actually, a lot of the snow has melted. Just a lot of it. So that's good for me, who's going to be working on the car. This was all completely white the other day. Yeah, there's still quite a bit, but hopefully none up the top, so I don't have to lie on the wet. Uh-oh. We're on to Pete's car spins one wheel. See what I'm talking about? It's getting stuck. And that's why we're doing a diff swap. It's looking a little abandoned up here. And that's gonna be me. You guys are probably keen to see what North Force looks like. It's actually not, it's not that snowy today. It hasn't snowed for a few days, so it's not so bad. You could almost drive it maybe. It's pretty wet, but then that there is ice. So if you try to run the wall, let's actually go for a walk. I've got the appropriate footwear on. Although this would be pretty cool. I think it would be ultra slippery. Yeah, so right about here is where you run along the wall, and that is ice. So I don't know about you, but one of these major ones I think would pretty quickly end up being me. On second thought, it's not looking quite as clear So I thought that. Yeah, so it's been a good few days, and a lot of the snow has melted, so there's still a hell of a lot on here. But I want to show you guys. You can see up in the hills here, there's actually a river that runs just here. So, like I was saying, so I've just gone off-roading. This is actually North Course from here, and look at this. How cool is this? All the way along, just above North Course. I'm gonna chuck my Crocs into full drive mode before we go down this cliff, I think, and I end up on my face in the snow. Definitely gonna fall. This is what I'm talking about. Shit. Also, check out the amount of rubber. This is all gross. Shouldn't have touched that. All rubber out here at the back of North Course. It's absolutely insane how much there is, really. So remember how I was just saying about how it wasn't snowing? Great. It looks like it's about to get a hell of a lot worse too. Very cool. Anyway, diff. Very high car. Diff. Diff, not diff. Gonna remove. I've never taken one out. It looks like it's gonna be really easy. And my exhaust, I don't even think has to come off. So, it's a good day. Let's get it out. So on the world's best automotive YouTube channel today, we have a diff and an MX-5. So I did some bad planning and didn't bring a vehicle. Well, I did. I bought that vehicle, the vehicle that I just pulled the diff out of and I can't drive. So now I can't get down from North Course and I wasn't about to walk. I don't know what that was. It wasn't. Assuming I said what is happening. Yeah, so basically I just didn't bring a vehicle other than the vehicle I just pulled the diff out of up to North. It's just got locked up in there, that's all it is. So now I'm transporting the diff in the MX-5. Great. Okay, we're locked in. Let's go get this thing welded. Oh, by the way, I drive a K truck. It's pretty cool most of the time. It's pretty sick. It's actually a work rubbish truck, but I kind of love it, so kept driving it. Thanks, Lewis and Steph. Really appreciate it. Made it to the workshop. Somehow it's actually colder here than at the track, which is why we now have a nice warm fire going. Anyway, I've drained the diff, and I originally planned on reusing this fluid, but I'm not going to do that because it's looking pretty crusty. So anyway, I've got most of the fluid out, so I'm just going to undo these bolts and then we'll have a look at it. I still haven't decided if we're shimming it or welding it. I've had split opinions, so I guess I'm just going to open it and then, yeah, we'll go from there. I've got to go out, so this has to stay here for today, but tomorrow we'll be back. And it looks like I'm going to shim it. I was going to weld it, but everyone's saying shim, and also pretty kind of hard to weld in there. There's not a hell of a lot of room. So new fluid, shim it somehow, some way. Good time to learn. But for today, I'm done and I'll be back tomorrow. Day, and I've kind of already started this, but I have decided I'm going to try and shim it. There is a chance it's already been shimmed because it was actually really tight for a factory LSD, especially one that's in a 10, 15, 20 year old car. So I think it's probably already been opened and shimmed, but it's definitely loose. So we're going to try shim it again. 0.8 to 1 mil seems to be the recommended, and you can stack them if you need to. So we'll see what we find when we get there. But this is where we're at the moment. So I'm gonna start pulling this thing apart. I've never actually pulled apart a diff before, so if it looks like I don't know what I'm doing, it's because I don't. Distracted filming, I'm sorry, but these are the shims. This one. So factory is 0.8. Maybe we're gonna stack them, maybe we're not. We're gonna have a measure up. But let's see what we got. I don't know what I'm gonna do because I don't actually have new shims. So we're gonna go get another washer made up by Jono. Thanks, Jono. I really appreciate it. I'm pretty happy. I pulled it apart myself, so that's good. But we'll go get this washer because I don't have one, and I don't know how to make one, so it's gonna be good. And we have new shims. So one of them was already 1.25, so that one's staying as 1.25, and the other one was 1 mil, so it now has a 0.5 mil shim to go with it. So it'll be stacking that one. This sucks, so I've had to put a bolt through that's exactly the right length to hold the breaker bar in so that I can torque these bolts up, and I don't know if there's a better idea. If you have one, let me know, but this is what we got. Phone died, but I do have a diff in the back, which means we're good. It's kind of 3:30 and it goes dark at like 4 now, so I'm gonna go to Ebisu, see if I can put my diff in, but I'm gonna go drop stuff off there anyway, so at least it's out of the way, out of my space, and then I'll make a decision. But good. The worst part was talking things down internally, and everything's round and it just wants to roll, and yeah, anger, but we got there. Cold and tired, so I'm not going to finish this today, but we have a locked LSD, or a very tightly shimmed LSD, so there we go. Very cool. Ready to go back in this one when we're back, which might be tomorrow or might be the next day. I'm not sure yet. But at least it's done. Winning. Now I'm gonna go get warm and dry and not covered in diff fluid.